design tech tutorial for Rhino CAD. Alright, after you have installed Rhino, right, and log in with your AIS email, you should be able to see that the license information, right? And this is where I log in with my own AIS email, and it shows it's under the AIS technology, okay, with the educational lab license, right? And you can actually choose to start to use the template, okay? The default template, which is a small object at millimeter. Once you choose the default template, and you just click on the new model, okay? After that, this will open the app interface for you, right? So this is the basic interface, right? I will come into more detail later on the right hand side. But for now, let's take a look on the left hand side first, right? So on the left hand side, right, I want you to do a couple of setup first. Okay, first thing is go to the file, right? Go to the file and look for setting. Okay, look for setting. So in setting here, you can see that, okay, the current grip line count is only 200. And when you zoom out, okay, you can look at the 3D perspective view, the 3D view on the right hand side here. The grip is pretty small, okay? So we will just increase to 2000, okay? And once you add in another 0, just hit the return, okay? Now you can see that the gripping will be much more larger, bigger, okay? And you also will take note that the minor grip line, okay, will be 1 millimeter. So each of these little square here is 1 millimeter, right? And each of the major line will be 10. So when you look it far, all right, you can tell that, oh, this is actually 10 mm, 10 mm here, right? And the small one is 1 mm, okay? Of course, you can still do some custom setting, but I will normally just keep using the default, okay, setting. Okay, and after that done, and okay, you can just go to the next one, which is the annotation style. Okay, so annotation style is for you to change some of the annotation text sizes. Right, I will preset this thing into about like 5 mm, so you can just change the text height to like 5.0 something. Okay, after that, just enter, and then you are good to go. Okay, so that is the presetting. And once the first thing done, right, let's look at the interface on the left side here. Okay, left side here. Okay, on top we have the grip stepping. Okay, I will turn on 2 buttons here. Okay, the most useful one will be the grip stepping. Okay, and second is the gumball. All right, so grip stepping allows you to snap the object based on the gripping line. Okay, you can see the grip line, the very light gray color line here. Okay, let's take a look. Right, if I want to create a circle, you can see that right now my mouse here is moving like point by point, dot by dot. Okay, so when I move the mouse around, the mouse dot will step to the grip line. Okay, see that the mouse will step to the grip line. Okay, but when I turn it off, the dot will not step to the grip line. Okay, so I will recommend you to always turn on the grip stepping so that you can always step the point based on a very precise position and movement. Okay, so we just created the first circle here, right? And now let's look at the stepping option. Okay, we can see here I have turned on the persistent. Okay, and then I click on end, near. So these are the few of the options that you want to activate, right? Which is the end, near, mid, intersection, and quadrant. Okay, what they means is, right, when I want to join something into this curve, right? I want to join a curve line. Okay, I want to join a curve line. Okay, so turn on endpoint means that the mouse will step to the endpoint. Okay, will step endpoint, which is also the quadrant where the quadrant located. Okay, but when I turn on the near, right, the mouse will also follow. Right, you see it? When I move the mouse, right, the point will still step somewhere near following the curve. Okay, and midpoint means that at the middle. Okay, so let's use another one. Let's turn on the line, polyline. So just click. Okay, so if I want to step another line, right, you can see here endpoint, end to end, which is the starting and ending. All right, midpoint means at the middle of the line, Okay, and near allows you to step near to the line. Right, step near to the line. All right. When you have near, right, is very handy because you can always make sure that the line is snapping to the object that you want. All right. What happens if you turn it off? Okay, that means the line, right, no longer step to the nearer one, but you just go with the grip. Okay, so that's the difference. And also there's a quadrant here and intersection. So now I'm going to explain what is intersection. Okay, when I turn on near, right, this may not give me the exact 90-degree projection. Let's say I want to just project another line towards here. So you can see that while I turn on, okay, while I turn on the near, okay, the line will step to the bottom line, right? But I don't know where is the exact 90-degree projection. So when I turn on intersection, right, and I hold on to the shift key on your keyboard, you can see here that there's an additional option, okay, being activated, which is the intersection, okay? When I let go the shift key, right, it just go back to the near. Okay, so if you want to have something that, okay, join perpendicular, right, you just turn on the intersection. So these are the few things that you want to take note, right, while using the grip snap and the stepping option here. Okay, that is first thing. Second, let's look at the gumball. All right, so gumball is a very comprehensive tool that, okay, catering lots of function. Okay, let's delete this one. While we create something, right, let's say we're going to just create like a circle, right, a circle again, of course. Let's create a circle. So in this circle, right, and I can use the gumball, right? You can see that gumball has, okay, 3 different color, right? These 3 different color meaning that you can actually use them to control the direction where you want to go. And because I have you turn on the snap, okay, grab snap. So each of the time when I drag, right, the object will only move 1 millimeter. So that is a very precise control, okay, where you're doing a manual tracking. But if you want to have like even more precise, let's say I want this to move along the, okay, the green color, the green arrow exists, I can just click here and I go and type in number. Let's say I want to move 67 and just enter. So that will move 67 mm. Okay, undo, right? Same thing for the other. And you can see there's also a little, okay, square, okay. All this square allows you to change the scale. See that? You can easily change the scale of the object. Okay, you can even turn in from here. Right, now this become an oval. Alright, and one more thing, alright, not one more, two more, alright. For you can see there's arc there. These 3 arcs allows you to adjust the angle or rotate the object. Okay, you can actually rotate along the red color exits. Okay, so here we are doing a manual, okay, rotation, or you can just click and rotate. Let's say I want to rotate 30 degree. Okay, so this is how you can control it more precisely. All right, and if you want to explore a little bit more, right, you can just, you know, rotate on every direction that you want just to test it out. Okay, so if you don't want, you can just do it a manual, okay, rotation. Okay, you can do a manual rotation. All right. Last but not least, right, we have the gumball extrusion function. If you can just take a look here, you can see there's a little dot. Okay, for a flat surface curve, okay, you can just click here and then drag it up. Okay, so this is similar to the fusion press pull, but instead, okay, you need to activate the display mode. Okay, because right now we are in the wireframe mode, so you're going to turn on the shaded mode. Right. Once you turn on shaded mode, you can see that, okay, the object becoming from a 2D into a 3D. Right. But for now, this is just a surface. It has no volume. So it means if you want to like send this particular oval shaped block for 3D printing, it can't be printed. So in order to create this to become a solid block, right, one of the simpler command that you can use is called cap, C-A-P. So when you just type the command on the keyboard directly, you can have the command pops up on the left hand side here. So we just type on CAP and then hit space, okay, and the object now become a solid. Okay, it closes all the holes. So even if I want to do analyze the mass property of it, the volume, right, this will give me the, okay, the volume, right? So now it says that the volume is how many cubic millimeter. Okay, so once your object turns solid, you can send it for 3D print or for any other manufacturing. Okay, so that's important to take note, right? And beside that, right, gumball also have a couple of other interesting functions that you can manipulate with, right? For example, if I want to just create additional part on top here, okay, what I need to do is to hold on to the command and shift key, okay, command and shift key, and then I just click on the surface here. Okay, when I click on the surface, same thing, I click on the little dot here, and just brings it up. So you can see here now I created another portion of it. Okay, and I can actually control this size here. So if I want to make it smaller, okay, even make it smaller from here. Yeah, so that is how you quickly create some sort of shape to do some exploration, right? And if you are not happy with this one, or if you're happy want to carry on, okay, same thing. Hold on the Command Shift key, brings it up, right? You can adjust the direction. You can adjust it everywhere, wherever you want, right? So you can actually control the surface where you want it to be, all right? And when you are satisfied with the angle or whatever design that you want, right, you can just start from there. Okay, so that is to how to utilize the gumball function, right? And next we will look at the interface on the right hand side here. All right, so in the right hand side here, there's a couple of functions that we use most of the time. First thing definitely will be the layer probably will be the one that you want to stick it on top. Okay, so this is layer. So what layer means is like when I have an object that created, okay, let's say create a box, right? I just create a box, okay, and I can create one more box just to show you, right, why these things are useful to use the layer. And let's create one more. Okay, so now we have 4 boxes around, okay, inside this 3D space. Okay, I can assign, okay, each of them into different layers. All right, so if you just, okay, use a 2-finger tap on the panel below, right? So for now your panel should be, okay, look like something else, okay, but no worry, you just need to 2-tap click on it here, and you can see there's this option called show property panel. Okay, activate the show property panel, right? And then you just click on the particular object, okay, and you can see here layer now is by default. Okay, you can change the layer into a different color. Alright, like the layer 1 now is being assigned with red color, and then once I assign this block into layer 1, it will appear in the red color. And of course, you can always change the color if you want. But let's change the color to orange and apply. So the object, okay, now assigned with different color. But this is just for shading purpose, right? The actual material and finishing, well, I will introduce it on the other slides. Okay, so now just follow on the layer function here. Okay, let's assign the rest of them into different color. Layer 2. Let's assign this is layer 3, and assign this is the become layer 4. Alright, so now you can see there's 4 different colors. Okay, and what I mean by layer is Rhino layer is not like Photoshop layer. So Rhino layer, all the blocks they coexist at the same 3-dimensional space digitally. Okay, so even if you go and move them together, like if you move them together, right, you still can toggle the visibility between different parts. Let's say I don't want the purple one to show, I just turn it off. Or I want to turn off the orange one, I can just turn it off. Alright. So in this case, if you have multiple parts want to export for 3D printing, what you can do is you just toggle the visibility, right, to make it like appear on the screen or not. Then you can just export that object, okay, for 3D printing. So now, if I want to export this green color part for 3D printing, alright, I just toggle the rest of the layer to be off and let be only this part, okay? So if I want to 3D print this part, I will click on this part, and then I will go to, okay, File and Export, okay? Go to File and Export. So in Export here, alright, you can go and choose the function, which is the STL format. Right, let me see. STL. Yeah, STL is here. STL format is here. Okay. Once you choose this one and then just give a name, right, and then you can export it for 3D printing. So that is the layer function here. Then let's take a look on the other one. All right. Now we just take a look on the one below here. Okay. Below here, you can actually select like what type of tools that you want it to be appear. So I usually will put snapshot, sun, and light here. Okay, so that is all for the basic interface. Right, more function, right, I will introduce in the next slides.